Welcome to the webinar thesis service for Wageningen's PhD's. My name is Ben Rizal. I am from the company Proefschrift Maken. We are the partner from the Wageningen University who provides the service for the PhD's to make sure that everybody receives a beautiful thesis after several years of hard work. We are a company which is specialized in the production and service for thesis. For example, all PhDs from Wageningen receive our service, of course, which are between 200 and 300 thesis productions every year. But we also deliver this service to other universities. Overall, we make like 1,300 thesis productions every year. So I think that I can say that you are in good hands for this process with us. So we have broken down the explaining of the process in several steps. The first step is when should I start? This is a very important step. It's about the planning. And please take this into account because if we have the planning correctly, we can make sure that the process is smooth. The next step is what can I expect from Proefschrift Maken. So of course we have agreed to a service level that we deliver with the Wageningen University. So I will explain you everything what we will do for you, the third step is what is expected from me, which actually means what is expected from you. So what things you should do to make sure that everything will be okay in the end. And what does the process look like, which is an overall oversight of the process, and I will explain everything summarized. Step 1. When should I start? This is a very important part. That is why we are already communicating this right here. You can always replay this webinar, and that might be helpful to personalize your schedule for your own defense date. No specific date is mentioned. So it's easy for you to fill in the schedule for your thesis production. As you can see here, there is a green dot on the Friday of week 39. This is the example defense date. In order to get your books in time, you should submit your files to us on Friday week 31, as is displayed in pink. I will now explain all the steps in the process. The next day after receiving the files, we will start working on the layout. This process takes 10 working days. This is displayed in red. So we start on Monday week 32 and complete the layout on Friday week 33. Once that is finished, we can go to the next step, which is the start of production of the proof book. We will start the production on Monday of week 34. And the proof book will be delivered on your home address on Friday week 34. This part is the yellow part. The proof book is a single book. We will send you this book and give you the opportunity to check it and make revisions. If you find any flaws, you can communicate them with notes in the PDF and we will make the corrections. The time for you to check is 4 working days. If you find any mistakes, you can communicate them with notes in the PDF and we will make the corrections. This time frame is displayed in purple. In the schedule, we start the final production on Friday week 35. It takes 8 working days to produce the books and deliver them to your preferred address. This can be any address in the Netherlands, for example your house address or the office at the university. So in this case, the delivery takes place on Tuesday week 37. Perfect, because you will need to submit 15 books to the PhD office of Wageningen University. Friday, week 37 will be the last day for you to deliver them there. And 2 weeks later, you will have your defense date. So that is the schedule. The next thing that we have to discuss is what can you expect from proefschrift maken. Especially for the PhDs from Wageningen, we created something we like to call the Green Deal. Of course, it's very important in these times to think about sustainability, and that is why we created this. The package contains the complete layout of the inside pages, which means that we will do the layout of everything professionally. The text, the headers, the headings, the page numbers, the title page of the chapters, the chapter tabs, the tables, the complete layout of the inside pages, and of course the proposition sheet we make in the same style. You can choose from different styles that we offer, and you can combine these styles into something that you like. We will communicate the grids that you can choose from in a link that will pop up in the screen now. So you can see what could be the result for your thesis. Of course, we will communicate the instructions on how to submit the files to use this service in the next step, what we expect from you. For the cover and the invitation service, it means that you can submit an image that you want to use for the cover and a description on what your cover should look like. For example, the background color and the color and position of the text. Also, we need a Word file that contains the text for the cover and the invitation as a bookmark. And with these three things, we can make sure that we will make you a technical correct file that is 100% in order for the production of a book. And we will, of course, make sure that everything is centered correctly, and also all the technical details such as bleed and cutting marks is taken care of. The production and delivery of 50 books, 50 invitations, and 50 proposition sheets. In our experience, this is enough. But of course, if you need more copies, we can discuss this and make a deal for that. Then the digital part, which is a very important part because we did a lot of effort in creating this for you. Of course, there's a PDF because you need to submit this to the university library, so you will receive a PDF of the final files that meets the standards for that. But there will also be a e-thesis, which is very special. We will communicate a link now where you can see an example, and also what is special here is, for example, you can also read it on an e-reader. We will show you in the screen the same e-thesis that is shown on a phone, on a computer, a tablet, and an e-reader. And that is why this is a green deal. You can communicate a digital version of your thesis to a lot of people and don't need so many books. And again, this is all within the budget of 1,250 euros that is set by the Wageningen University. The next step is about what we expect from your side. It's two things actually, which are important to get into detail here. The first thing is how to get your details into our system. This is very easy actually by filling in an online form which is on our website, and what you fill in there will automatically enter our system, and that will trigger me or one of my colleagues to call you and discuss the whole process, the planning, all the details about the production with you. And of course, the next step will be that we will communicate all these details to you. So the first thing that we will do is fill in the form together online, so you can do this when this will be relevant for you. And also we will explain step by step what you need to do to prepare your files to submit them to us to get a professional and nice result. So yeah, let's get started with filling in the form together. Starting the process. In the email, we communicate a link to the online form. To start the process, please start by filling this form. The details you fill in here will automatically enter our system and will trigger one of our advisors to contact you and discuss the process, planning, and answer your questions. I will show you the steps of the form. It is not required to fill in final details. You can fill in estimated details because in our experience everything changes during the process. First, you need to clarify what kind of thesis you have. Does your thesis contains mostly text, graphs, or table? This is important because a text-based production is different from a production with highly detailed pictures or microscopic images. Detailed pictures need to be printed on a different paper type and have different printing methods as well. This makes all the difference. Next is the service for layout. Because you are a Wur PhD, you will receive a standard service that we will explain right after this topic. To make it easy, please select both inside pages and cover. Then there is publishing. Also, there is a standard offer for Wur PhDs that contains an e-thesis and a complete PDF as digital publication. This also will be discussed later in this webinar. Please select digital publication. Next up is more details about your books. How many copies do you need? The standard amount for Wur PhDs is 50. If you are sure you will need a different amount, please enter that. How many pages do you have? How many pages in color do you have? Next, you fill in your personal details. Now you can fill in Wur as university and also please fill in your defense date. The link to the digital manual as an ebook will pop up right now. If you want a physical copy, including the different paper types to help you make the right choice, please fill in your home address here. Then click send and we will receive the details so you can expect us to contact you within 1 working day. What is expected from me? What we will show you here is important, so please pay attention. We have developed a system that gives us a clear overview of the separate elements of the layout of your inside pages. This makes it easy for us to set everything in the requested style. So we need you to prepare your files like this. This is an example. The first thing we do is change the chapter pages. On all chapter pages, you select all the text. Once you did that, you have to change the font size to 24. Done. Next up is the abstract. You can change the header, in this case, abstract. This is a header 1. So select abstract and change it to size 18. Remove the bold. Then select the plain text and change it to size 12. For introduction, it is the same as with abstract because it is a header 1. Select introduction and change it to size 18 and remove bold. Plain text, size 12. For table, select the title, table and legend and change the size of all of them to size 10. Here we have methods, and as you might have guessed by now, it should be set to size 18 because it is a header 1. No bold. Below methods there is a subheader which is header 2. Select this text and change it to size 16. Remove bold again. As you can see in this example, there are some words in italic. This is an exception. When your entire header style is in italic, you should remove it. But in this case, the italic is used to highlight specific words of the subheader. If that's the case in your thesis, leave the italic words in italic, but don't forget to remove the bold. Apply the following rule. Overall layout styles regarding complete paragraphs or headers should be removed. Specific layout styles to highlight certain words inside the paragraphs or headers should stay. So let's finish the rest of this chapter. Again, change the plain text to size 12. Table as well, change it to size 10. Here we find the subheader, which is header 2. Let's change it to size 16. Plain text, size 12. Table is set to size 10. This is header 2, so size 16. Remove bold. Plain text, size 12. Then there's again a header 2, so we change the size to 16 and remove bold. Plain text, again size 12. Here is result, which is a header 1. So remove bold and change the size to 18. Below that, again header 2. Change the size to 16 and remove bold. Plain text here, size 12. The text of the figure, change it to size 10. Then a header 2 again. Change size to 16 and remove bold. Here is again plain text, size 12. Then here is table number 4. So we change the size to 10. Also figure legend. Again, change it to size 10. Then another table, number 5, everything to size 10. Text for the figure is size 10. Then we find the header 2 again. We change it to size 16 and remove bold. You can see that there are words in italic, and to keep them highlighted, leave them in italic. Plain text again set to size 12. Figure legend for figure 4 set to size 10. Discussion is header 1, so size 18 and remove bold. Plain text to 12. Acknowledgement is header 1, size 18, remove bold. Plain text is size 12. Author's contribution is also header 1. Size to 18, remove bold. Plain text, size 12. References is size 18 and no bold, because this is the header. And in the end, we have the references themselves. Set the size to 11, not 12. So that's it. We have prepared the first chapter. I will name the most common mistakes people make in their file. Be aware to avoid these mistakes. Chapter pages should be completely selected when changed to the right size. Many people make the mistake that they only select the header, but this will give a wrong outcome in the end. Also, the header from references should be in size 18, because this is an actual header. Another thing that authors get wrong often is that the general header structure in the document has flaws. In our experience, this structure can only be fixed by the author. He or she knows their documents best, so fixing the document structure is best done by them. Attached to the email you have received, there's also a manual which contains all the information we have mentioned here. This example doesn't contain header 3 and header 4. These two headers of course have their own sizes. If you have them, please check the manual and follow up. So that's it. Everything that you have seen, hopefully it's clear. If not, of course, you are able to ask questions as soon as your details are in our system, and me or one of my colleagues will call you. So let's proceed to the next step for now, which is a summary of the overall process. So what does the process look like? The first step is getting your details in our system. This is very important, and I explained in the previous step how to do this. The reason that we want your details in our system is that this makes it very easy to communicate all the details about the process, about the planning, about how to submit files, these kind of things. So please start with that. As soon as it will be relevant for you, enter your details in the online form. This will trigger me or one of my colleagues to give you a call, discuss everything that you want, and proceed to the next step, which will be communicating all the details which are relevant for you and your process. During this conversation, we will also discuss the planning, and we will also enter this planning into our system to make sure that we guard it. So as soon as, for example, it is your time to submit the files to us, on that day we will send you an email. Please don't forget to submit your files, or can we help you by adjusting the planning or these kind of things. So this is part of the first part of the process. Getting the details correctly into our administration, and of course communicating these with you. When we have done this, of course you will know the date when you need to submit the files, and that will be also the next step. So please submit the files with the instructions that you have, and we will start the process of doing the layout for your inside pages, your proposition sheet, your cover, and your invitation as a bookmark. This will take some time, and the communication about this will be done directly by the colleague who will do the layout. So you will be in contact with the person that does the layouts for you. So together you can make it a very nice book. And after this, when it's finished, we will start the production of the proof book. The proof book will be sent to your home address. You can communicate this address, of course, during the process. And we will send it to you, and you can check it. You can check what things you would like to change, and communicate the revisions with my colleague who does the layout for you. After all the revisions are done, we have a final file, and at that point we will send an order confirmation, which is a document with all the specifications of the production, with the final cost, with also the delivery address, the date of delivery, all these things that you can see if everything is okay for you as you expected, or if you want to still change some of these details, it's still possible. You just email back, I want to change this in the order confirmation, so we make sure that all the details are correct before we start production. Then we will start production of the books and deliver them 8 working days later to the address that you mentioned in the order confirmation. And also we will publish the e-thesis, and we will communicate you a complete PDF which you can submit to the library of the university. And of course, in the end of the process, your defense will be there, and we will congratulate you with this great achievement, of course. So we are now coming to an end of this webinar. Please use all the details that I communicated, but of course, if you have any questions or if we can help you with anything, you can always call or send an email, and we will be ready for you. And of course, the conversation that will take place after you submitted your form online and your details are in the system will clear a lot of things up for you. So if you have any questions, you can also ask it then. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a very nice day, and I expect that we will make a beautiful thesis production together. So yeah, hope to hear from you soon.